had any other candidates
now,
up to now.
Now, let me tell you something.
Yes.
Mr. Marshall, Honorable Marshall. There is an unwritten law in Parliament.
Yes.
That Parliament there. It's unwritten.
Yes. That
every Speaker and Deputy Speaker who comes serves 2 terms.
Yes.
This has been true with the second. This was true with the Right Honorable Rebecca Kadaga. This was going to be true with the late Gilbert Olanya, my fallen brother.
Yes.
You, a newcomer in Parliament, want to change that unwritten law. So that's why I'm telling you, you need to behave.
Can I ask you a question?
You want to come and change the rules of the game.
You are the interviewer, but I need to ask. Are you aware that one of the first parliamentary exercise will be election of a speaker and a deputy speaker?
Yes, I know. But
so then are you aware that?
But they have also told you that there is an unwritten law.
Subject to that written law, subject to it, the exercise of calling for a candidate for deputy speaker will take place. True or false?
It is true.
And I qualify as a member of parliament to contest for that post of deputy speaker. True or false?
It is true.
And I have the tenacity of being a deputy speaker of parliament. True or false?
It is true.
And the fourth, you know that speakership is rotation. It is rotation. It goes to the east, to the west, even the Chief Justice of this country. It moves. There are posts which move. And I'm very aware
that is an unwritten law. Just like I've told you.
You refer to an unwritten law. So I want that written law.
So you want the other unwritten law to follow suit, but you don't want this one.
Which is prime? I think the written text subsides.
But you see, you are trying to
the unwritten law.
You are trying to substantiate your candidature now with some unwritten law that says
I found
speakership is rotational.
I found you as a believer in unwritten law. That's why I've served you. You are me.
Yes.
Because I know you are subscribed to that school of thought.
Yes.
That is why I served you the unwritten law.
But do you believe in that an unwritten law that speakership rotates? Do you believe in it? Andrew Irumba Live. This is Andrew Irumba Katusabe, and the show is Andrew Irumba Live. I am hosting my comrade, my elder comrade, the Honorable Member of Parliament for Jonam County in Pakwas District, the newly elected Member of Parliament, Honorable Marshall Alenyo. In our first episode, we were talking the Pakwas politics. Let's move our gear, comrade.
Yes.
Let's come to the headquarters of politics. Because all of you from the so many districts that make up Uganda are going to converge in parliament. Now that parliament will be the headquarters of politics. That's where all of us are coming to bring our ideas. And it's going to be a debate. But that headquarters of politics and business has a leadership. Comrade Alenyo, are you planning to simply be a member of parliament from Pakwach, Jonam County, sit in parliament and go back and that's all? Or people must embrace themselves?
Thank you. Thank you very much, Brother Irumba. First of all, I forgot to invite you for the celebrations, which will be in Pakwach.
When are they going to be?
After swearing in. Swearing in is on the 12th. I think I'm a letter A, so we are doing on 12th. Then you're welcome home.
I will be there.
True, welcome. Of course, you know the legendary goat. You have to get a goat.
But you know, Irumba is a family friend.
Yes.
I am a family friend to the entire
Alenyos. Yes, I know.
Because the last time I remember your elder brother, and you were the MC. You hosted me at your Kampala home.
True.
So,
yes,
that's a given, Honorable.
True, you've asked me a very good question. You know, when we were at
Parliament politics,
when we were at the university, we are late. I've got a lot of calls from a lot of colleagues with whom we did guild politics, the Charles Romshana, Kazungu David, Otuno Fred, former guild presidents, Andrew Ademola.
This Fred Otono of UCC?
Yes.
He's our boss at UCC.
Guild presidents, all those. We did a lot of university politics. At that time, our belief was we're going to lead the country in how, we're going to decide the direction of so many things. And of course, we had the belief that after Makerere, the guys who are leading Makerere for us, guild presidents, candidates, ministers, it was God-given. The Odrek Wabogos who were going to lead this country.
The useful years were deceiving you.
Yes,
that's when you finish.
Deceiving us.
You're the one going to give us campus.
True.
You're the one to hold the campus of the country.
True. When we reached, we found that actually, if we were not careful, we were going to be a footnote in the history of this country. Just this generation was there. But we know, some of us never believed that we had to join national politics to make an impact. Our parents were in politics. We joined civil service, believing that we would make our mark as civil servants. And then later, I, for one, my father had worked with Radio Uganda for long, till he retired from Radio Uganda. Then he joined politics. My father explained to me that politics was better after retirement. You serve, then you retire in politics. He had that belief that we had to first work, then go to politics.
As a retirement?
As a retirement, which I think is not the ideology of the time. We later found out that, actually, there were people who just left university. And the Dangotes in Arua. University, Parliament, the Dongotos, University, Parliament. But those who know me well as Alenyo Marshall, they know since the university days that definitely my time would come. I would definitely spring up to national politics. And I think this is the time. When we go into the parliament, we can't be ordinary parliamentarians. Ordinary parliamentarians have a requirement of S6. If you have S6, you qualify to be a member of parliament. We must channel debate. We must channel debate. We must be felt. We must have a mark on the history of politics of this country. And there are two ways we are going to have a mark on the history of politics in this country. First of all is to participate in discussing policy across the board. I don't expect to be an MP who will only interest myself in issues about Jonam politics. I believe Jonam politics is part of the bigger picture, the bigger national polity. I expect to make my feel and my contribution at national level. The first step is to test and see if other members of parliament would have me as one of the deputy speakers of parliament. I'll definitely offer myself to run as the deputy speaker of parliament for two reasons. One,
before you go for reasons, let me first make this clear.
Yes.
Honorable Marshall Alenyo, independent candidate, you have a dream of vying for the deputy speakership of parliament
of Uganda. In the 12th parliament. It is promised.
This is your first time in parliament.
Yes.
On independent ticket.
Yes.
You want to come and vie for deputy speaker of parliament, leaving other senior members who have been there 3, 4, 2 terms.
It's not about terms. It does not mean that if you are not in parliament, your mind was intellectually idling. No, I've been alive.
No, in the parliament there is that seniority.
Yes.
That even right now you are going.
Yes.
It doesn't matter however smart you've been on the street. When you go there, they are first going to orient you.
Yes.
And you are going to find you're going to be assigned to members of parliament who have been there.
Yes.
Like the Nambos and so on, who have been there for long. Yes. They have studied their politics and everything, who are going to orient you. So my question is, why would you go for the very first time? You're going to be oriented on parliamentary practice, then you want to vie for leadership.
You are about to answer a geography exam using history notes. You are. Let me tell you something. Parliament needs fresh air. You've said there is a parliamentary game, those who have been there. Yes, they have been there. It's like a club. They need fresh air. They need to balance. They need an MP who is independent, who can sit in the chair and say, guys, the speaker is NRM, good. All of us, independent leaning, NRM, good. The speaker is NRM, very good. The deputy speaker cannot be also NRM. No, it can be someone else who can balance, can be NRM leaning well, but it can be an independent person who opposition will be happy to talk through, and also the other people. You can't have the principal as NRM and also the deputy as NRM. You must create some fresh air. And that's what I'm telling you. It's good you say the numbers. They are now choked in the game of parliament, in the practice of parliament. We have come fresh with the mandate. We have come from the people. We don't know parliamentary procedure. We don't know parliamentary games. We don't know who is who in parliament. And we don't need to care about that. What we care about is that we are fresh with what the people want. We are fresh with what the people cry for. And the people want to see us preserved. They want to see us preserved. That 5 years from now, they say, oh no, there's this little boy who came from Jonam, the fisherman boy, the Onang MP, who came and stood in that part. Yes.
What does that mean now?
That's my nickname, that little fish. The people keep calling me the MP of Onang. That small Onang fish.
Is that silverfish?
Yes, that sweet small fish. Yeah, not Mukene. Mukene is the one for this side. Ours is called Onang. It's a small, nice fish. Many people know about it. So we need the speaker. It's a house for the NRM. Majority are NRM. That is true. Even us ideologically, we are NRM. But we need a deputy who is independent and who is not...
And that independent is you.
Personally.
Hey, Marshall.
Personally.
I see you behaving like a player in Manchester United who joins the club today and tomorrow wants to claim to be the captain of the team.
It's about talent. It's about talent. Captainship is about responsibility. I know when I sit as a deputy speaker, I will ooze with authority and I'll balance the boat. I have come from a generation of leaders. I appreciate the NRM. I come from a part. I'm from the West Nile. Speakership rotates. Speakership rotates.
Have you ever had a deputy speaker or a speaker from West Nile?
We have had a speaker before.
Who was that?
The late Ayume. Francis Ayume.
Francis Ayume.
Yes.
The father to
from the
Charles
northern
Ayume.
part of West Nile. For me, I'm from the lower part, Jonam.
So
We've never had.
You've never had.
And we know that speakership rotates. So it has to come to West Nile also. So I'll be there now in training, waiting for the time. Brother.
So,
yes.
Wait a minute.
Yes.
You guys want to take everything from Western to because no, I have had nobody Mao wants to vie for speakership. Now you want to vie for deputy speaker.
I've had. He has not called me. He's an MP elect like me. I'm waiting for him to make a statement. Maybe if Honorable Mao made a statement, it could impact. But for me right now, I know that the Honorable Amongi Anita is going to contest, and she's NRM, and she has the mandate. I've not had any other candidates up to now.
Now, let me tell you something.
Yes.
Mr. Marshall, Honorable Marshall. There is an unwritten law in Parliament.
Yes.
That Parliament there. It's unwritten.
Yes.
That every speaker and deputy speaker who comes serves 2 terms.
Yes.
This has been true with the second. This was true with the Right Honorable Rebecca Kadaga. This was going to be true with the late Gilbert Olanya, my fallen brother.
Yes.
You, a newcomer in Parliament, want to change that unwritten law. So that's why I'm telling you, you need to behave.
Can I ask you a question?
You want to come and change the rules of the game.
You are the interviewer, but I need to ask. Are you aware that one of the first parliamentary exercise will be election of a speaker and a deputy speaker?
Yes, I know. But
so
then
are you aware that?
But they have also told you that there is an unwritten law.
Subject to that written law, subject to it, the exercise of calling for a candidate for deputy speaker will take place. True or false?
It is true.
And I qualify as a member of parliament to contest for that post of deputy speaker. True or false?
It is true.
And I have the tenacity of being a deputy speaker of parliament. True or false?
It is true.
And the fourth, you know that speakership is rotation. It is rotation. It goes to the east, to the west, even the chief justice of this country, it moves. There are posts which move. And I'm very aware
that is an unwritten law. Just like I've told you.
You refer to an unwritten law. So I want that written law.
So you want the other unwritten law to follow suit, but you don't want this one.
Which is prime? I think the written text subsides.
But you see, you are trying to
the unwritten law.
You are trying to substantiate your candidature now with some unwritten law that says
I found
speakership is rotational.
No. I found you as a believer in unwritten law. That's why I've served you your meal.
Yes.
Because I know you are subscribed to that school of thought.
Yes.
That is why I served you the unwritten law.
But do you believe in that an unwritten law that speakership rotates? Do you believe in it?
I really don't believe in it, because I know that it's about having a good speaker. I know that the next house is going to have, it is a very important parliament, the 12th parliament. It has issues. It has to balance this country very well. It has issues we now need to achieve as a country. If we don't achieve in the next 5 years, we shall leave some parts of the country behind. There are parts of this country which are developing much, much faster than other parts of this country. So I believe we need some sort of equalizer so that some other parts of this country also try to catch up. It's my belief, my honest belief, that in order to protect democracy, to protect development, and to catch up with our rating and our position in the global, bigger global, the global setup, we need in the 12th parliament to handle things in a special way.
Honorable Marshall,
yes.
With courtesy, why don't you, since you're saying you're coming back 2031,
yes,
why don't you allow the current bearers of the speakers and deputy speakers to finish their unwritten law terms of 2 terms? Then you come back in 20, but probably by then they will not even be there. So, why do you want to change midway?
No, I was not in the former parliament. I have just come in the 12th parliament.
Yeah.
And I know that the office is occupied, and I might add that it could be well occupied, but we must change the way the president got a fresh mandate. The president was asked, are you interested in being president? He said yes. He went and picked forms. The president of this country, he nominated himself. He scheduled his campaigns as the president. He went campaigning in the whole country. His results were tallied. He won the results, and is going to be sworn in afresh as the president of this country. The president has been processed through a democratic process provided in our laws.
So what are you saying?
Everyone, even if you're a speaker or you're a deputy speaker, you must be processed through the democratic processes provided. If they say,
but without forgetting the other unwritten rules.
We never went and said, His Excellency President Museveni liberated us from bad governance. His Excellency President this, let's live for him. No, the President picked the former and defeated on his merit. You understand? So even if you're a speaker and you believe you can defeat, you are going to pick forms. I don't think President Museveni refused Mugati Gwabata. Is it called Moga?
Mugati Gwabata.
Muganwa, that the president
Munyagwa.
The president did not refuse all those Kasibantes. They all contested. They contested. So he never ring-fenced the presidency. If someone was to ring-fence, what better office to ring-fence than the president? He subjected himself to the rallies as a candidate.
In fact,
I expect any office present in this country to be competed for, to allow fair competition, that we go pick the forms and say, people, this is so-and-so, is the office bearer, and he is NRM or whatever. And this is so and so. He holds a master's of law in this. He holds, his tongue is sharp or is not sharp. He believes he can drive the house. He can be taught. It doesn't. Don't bring this thing of saying that other MPs have already been there. That is creating a historical exam. That's why I was saying that don't answer a history exam using geography notes. Those being there is a geographical thing that they have been there. But who can be a good deputy speaker?
So, Marshall, you believe you can be a very good deputy speaker?
The word very is your introduction, but the good is my take.
Yeah.
That I can be a good speaker.
You can be a good speaker.
And even thereafter, I'll be.
What is it that you would like to introduce in this parliament as the deputy speaker that is not being done? Now, you think it's me, Marshall, who can do this?
If you notice
what fresh air do you want to bring in?
If you notice the debate in Parliament, the level of debate in Parliament has gone down drastically. People don't even tune to parliamentary debates in this country, particularly people of a certain level of knowledge. They find the Parliament, the debate is a bit low, not to insult anyone, and no insults intended. The debates have been on, but people, they don't catch the eyes of the people to tune in and see the legislatures exchanging issues on issues of policy and debating on issues. There is that there's that spark I
want to remind you of our times with the Sekandi.
Yes.
Even Olanya.
Yes.
Even Olanya. Even Kadaga.
Yes.
Rebecca Kadaga.
Even the Honorable among their times.
I would come and enjoy.
We have, yes.
We would come and sit in the
public gallery.
In the public gallery.
Yes.
We would enjoy the Ken Richamuzis.
Yes. Huh? And they would debate. And I remember CA debates. We were all up there.
We would enjoy the debate. They give space to Honorable John Ken Richamuz. Yes. Then there was this, he died recently from Busia.
Yes. Changomaso, no?
No. He has a brother in Kenyan politics.
Agrawori. Yes.
Those people, that time.
They do. People, we had this. I'm a debater. I'm a born debater. Those who know me.
I see you.
I'm a born debater.
I see you.
I've debated. And I just see that people are coming into our space. That's our space. We're supposed to be debating. And I can only tell you, I will not say watch me. I can only say that I intend to light up the house. Because I have debated before. Those who've studied with me from Namilyango, from Makerere, and in law school, they know that I debate. I'm a debater. And we want to go and serve the debate in the house.
Having a legal background,
yes,
you even become dangerous.
I expect the speaker to entice debate. It is always my belief, and that's why I was telling you we were trying to run for deputy speakership, is that a speaker can incite debate because you know who to pick. You know, you're like a choir master in the house. You know when to allow the tone which to come up, to go up. You know which volume to reduce. You know when to increase the tone, when to reduce the bass.
You know when the bass to come in.
You know when to balance. That's your role as a speaker, and you can't do that unless you yourself.
When the house is down, you know when to make
bring
them,
it up. Say, Honorable Marshall Alenyo, first throw some fireworks in the house. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. And you cause chaos. Yeah. So I believe that the deputy speaker could know.
So you're saying that is now missing in Parliament, the 11th Parliament?
Yeah, because you know the debates, the debates in Parliament have. I've been watching. I've been watching, and because I think going back to the House. The way the issues are now more, achieved maybe back door, people are talking, but I think the flamboyance of a speaker on the floor of Parliament should be reintroduced so that our children, those who know me from Pakwach, who know that their MP is a debater, would want to tune on their TV or the radio and say, thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, our honorable MP from Jonam is on the floor and we want to hear from him, and they want to hear us debate on issues and defeat each other's logically on the floor of Parliament. Not people defeating each other by getting maybe a phone call. Want parliamentary debate to be brought back so that schools can come, schools to a parliament, they go and sit up in the public gallery and they go home without knowing who even an MP was, without even saying, I want to be like the other guy who spoke. So want to bring back that thing that now even we are lucky, we have things like TikTok, we have things like this, people can be quoting us and putting our talk
I've been
there.
challenging those very stringent procedures of the public accessing Parliament.
Yes.
Parliament is a public place.
Yes.
I tell you that I speak part of what I speak. The knowledge I have is partly because I picked interest at an early stage. I would visit Parliament, watch people, listen to people. I befriended those members of Parliament as a journalist. You get it? Now accessing a Parliament, you members of Parliament, not you, but some of your friends, they went and borrowed billions of money from the circles outside. Now they come and they want to be insulated from the data, from the data by using Parliament. By using Parliament. That when you enter Parliament, those who had money you should not access. And so by doing, they have made Parliament access completely very difficult thing. Yet, Parliament is supposed to be a public place. You check me, Honorable Marshall, I'm not refusing to be checked at the entry gate. You get it? But the checking is about who are you? Are you Al-Shabaab? Are you coming to harm us? That should be the thing. That they want to know, this is Honorable, this is Irumba. He's a journalist. He wants information. He has gone to the parliamentary gallery to sit and listen. Today it is completely difficult. That never used to happen. Why? I have heard some of the reasons is most of these members of parliament have dates outside.
I wouldn't. Okay, I would not put it that.
So when you go, I'm saying you when you go and try to tell the leadership to loosen a bit, let people enjoy the parliament.
Yeah, I would not want to believe that it's specifically about the issue of datas, because there would be other ways of finding MPs where they sleep, tracking them out from there. But I mean, what I know is that in the entire system of governance in the whole world, government institutions have stepped up security, where normally you would go and to passport office, where when we just joined immigration, there was no security between us and the passport applicant. Passport applicants just used to walk through and give us passport forms, and we would work on their passport applications, and they go. But now the place is tight. You have to go through this check. You have to go through this check everywhere. So I want to believe that it's something which is happening to government generically. People are more guided. Even judges, when we were young, judges used to move alone, but now judges have to be guarded, because of so many things. The society has changed and made it very hard for itself that most of those people need to be guarded. In Parliament, I agree with you that Parliament should be a very easy access place for people to interact with their legislatures, to find those who represent them. And we are not supposed to lose sight. Myself, I believe that 5 years in Parliament, I should still remain the same Jonam, the fisherman from Pokwach, who entered 5 years ago. I should still have my simplicity. I should still be able to be talked to without recourse to maybe high-ended, snobbish, maybe now I'm putting on expensively, cologne, what? No. I expect to tame that type of excitement. And so I agree with you that the government could tame that excitement on security and make sure that, we are people's representative. So when our people come to see us, where they come to hear what we are debating, I believe the security can be made better, that people don't overfill. Once you're checked, a journalist, you don't have money. Could even be scanners, big scanners, that just people just walk through, so that there is no so much uh, battle and hustle. But there's one point I wanted to mention about the Parliament of Uganda. I think what the parliaments in the whole world have got a change. But our parliament became a center of trade where people were doing deals. You know, a lot of issues were in parliament. Remember the time then they arrested members of parliament, etc. So people's perception of parliament, even outside, people, even us who are going to be first-time members of parliament, people have been telling us, you're going there, please, no, don't get corrupted in the environment of parliament. Keep yourself sober, keep that sobriety, don't lose people's mandate, make sure. So the way people have cautioned us and the way people have talked to us about parliament, you go knowing that, well, I'm going to a place where, well, the image is like people believe here it's all about deals. Yet some of us believe we have ideas we want to share with the country. We have friends we need to make. I need to talk to your MP. Who is your MP?
It's been Davis Kamugisha. Now they've brought a new guy.
Yes.
It's called who?
It's NRM.
Yes, he's NRM.
Yes. So I need to meet him. I need to know him. And he comes to my constituencies, sees my people, the fishermen, how they live. I also go to your people. I see the way that people do tea planting, how it impacts their life. Your climate is cool. Mine is very hot. What is the hottest part? We are always in summer. You guys are always in mild winter. You understand? We are dark-skinned people. You guys are fair light. So there are so many different things we can compare so that we live our lives as we can. So my journey to parliament, I believe, I must, to go back to your question and conclude, I must leave a mark on the national discourse, that years later, people will know that there was an MP from Pukwach, Jonam County, was called Marshall Alenyo. He came, he debated, he left. And on the national time,
you have to leave an indelible mark.
True. He came, he heard, he spoke, he left. Brother, this is our country. This is our country. Me and you, this is our country. We don't have another country. And when we die, the life we've spent on the celebrations, we're remembered for how we prepared to meet our God, how we served our families, and what we did for our country. Those are the three. With our gods, we are clear now. With our family at this age, we've tried to do something. Now my question is, what will we do for the country? And that is what is going to lead me.
Thank you very much, comrade. My last question, as we're leaving this studio right now, is, sorry, your office, is, apart from the primary mandate that has been handed over to you by your Jonam people, they have given an assignment, go and handle this issue of the land. But nationally speaking, comrade Marshall, what would be your preferred arguments when you come on the forefront? What are you seeing where you need to cause an impact or a change in terms of national politics, national involvement, stability? Where do you find a challenge and say, if I have got an opportunity to go to parliament, I want to change this.
At national.
And I must speak out about this.
At
what
national.
is it? Yes. Forget about your local Jonam assignment, but nationally.
Yeah, two things. You corner me when you ask me that question. Why do you corner me? Because I'm an expert in an area. If you see the UNHCR, UNHCR report on statelessness in East Africa, it's a report of September 2019, about page 9 or 10. They refer to me. I'm an expert in an area of statelessness and refugee and immigration. Of course, in bigger countries like the US, immigration is a key part of how a country survives. Immigration is so important to a country, any country. All these things the president is attempting to make for us, to make us become a second world country, or, all the stages we are jumping. We must know our people. We must know who our citizens are. And we must be able to see our own citizens for whom our taxes will work, and the citizens from the neighboring people, who we shall call our neighbors. And even in our anthem in the second stanza talks about the brotherhood with our neighbors at our neighbor's call. So I believe as an MP that the way I will impact most will be in those field of citizenship. Their documents, the national ID, how it's being handled. I already told you I was one of the brainchild of the national ID. How the country is running the ID projects, I will be very interested in that area. I'll be very interested in the immigration of this country because
Immigration law.
yes, the immigration laws of this country, because I was an immigration officer for 17 years. I have that expertise to bring on board. I have been part of the refugee management of this country. Uganda has one of the largest refugee.
It's actually the big,
Yes.
it's the largest host, 1.7 million
Yes.
in Africa.
Yes, so we have 1.6 billion refugees in Uganda. So I believe that area of refugee is an area I must look at. I know that I might impact in other parts of the national debate, but I'm an expert in those areas, which I'll bring with other areas of course, that goes with issues of foreign service, a relationship with other countries, how other countries relate with Uganda. I believe I will be very, very useful in areas of the East African community, how it moves, how we achieve the free markets, the free movements of person, how we handle the visa regime with the other African countries.
I am itching to hear from you comment about the deteriorating levels of intolerance in terms of politics. You as a lawyer, I'm also itching to hear your comment about the high levels of corruption. You as a member of parliament now with a mandate, what's going to be your contribution on that? Because those two cancers are going to be the biggest problem of Uganda and Africa.
Thank you. On the issue of tolerance, tolerance is a deliberate, choice for an individual to tolerate another. You can look at your children playing and you say this one will be more tolerant than this one, because it's even genetic. It even goes to exposure, what we expose our people to, how we expose ourselves to some ideas. Political tolerance in this country is at its lowest because we've not calculated in our own self the belief that, for example, if you went through an election, you would lose. You understand? The reason why I was telling you I'm contesting for parliament is to say that I'm an independent. I am your NRM. The speaker is NRM. The vice is NRM. No, you could say the speaker is NRM, let the vice be someone else. That is how we build tolerance. To tolerate me does not mean you agree with those people. If you saw, I'll share with you my speech, my first speech when I was elected. In my speech, I told the people of Jonam that I'm going to be able to serve you, but I will always listen to you, especially when we disagree. It was a deliberate statement. I'll always listen to you, especially if we disagree. Brother, that means you as a leader, you must be tolerant to the other side and deliberate, especially if you disagree. People must start empathy. They should start asking, what is the other side? What's the other story? And because in our normal lives, we are leaving the bathroom dirty, we're not asking ourselves, what about the next person going to use the bathroom? How will they find it? You understand? If I litter the road, what about the other next person coming? We must start deliberately asking ourselves, if we are not here, the other person who is there, what is his view? Ask yourself in this election, people who were supporting opposition, no, or any other opposition, UPC or DP, you must stand from a point and look at them and say, I am NRM. Me, I was independent, but I was NRM. I am supporting the president's ideology. I support the NRM's ideology. But the guys who don't support us, the guys who support no, what is their standpoint? You understand? Why are they so
Not
glued?
with us.
Yes, why are not, and passionately at that? Because I would see people in red berets. No. Is it that they are just lost, that they are practicing the old thing the president fought against? Like, are they practicing tribalism?
Do they have genuine reasons?
Yes.
Not to agree with you, but disagree with you?
Exactly.
And then you be fair enough and understand them?
Exactly.
And then you find solutions together?
Exactly.
Yeah.
We should not just take off and say, me, I'm NRM, that's it. I don't need to know no. I don't need to know what their standpoint. No. Okay. To be tolerant, we must now start asking, okay, fine, you guys, what were you saying? Okay, I extended when I won the election, my speech was about those people who had not voted for me, because I have to be their MP too. I was telling them, do not worry. I am going to be your MP too. I may not have earned your vote now, but I hear you, and I must work for you too. Don't feel bad. You have an MP too, even if you did not vote for me. So that is the balance.
Okay. That's when you've answered it. Now,
Yes.
the issue of corruption, that will be our last punch. Corruption.
Honorable
Marshall, corruption in Uganda has become the biggest cancer.
Yeah. Does
it concern you as a lawyer, as a human being, as
Absolutely.
a Pan-African, as a Ugandan?
Absolutely. Two reasons why I look at corruption as something which needs urgent addressing. 2 years ago, I deliberately wanted to study corruption and see how we can mitigate corruption and make our society better. I've had people who have lived all their lives, Mariam, the former deputy IGG. I've had people who have lived all their lives trying to fight corruption. His Worship, Rogers Kinobe, he was at the IGG, he's now a registrar. They fought hard against corruption. Sydney Asubo, my friends, working in institutions fighting corruption. I discovered that in this country, corruption is fought using institutions. Even in Kenya, once you're fighting corruption using institutions, that this is an institution which
Fighting
fights corruption, then now we are not yet there. Corruption cannot be fought using institutions that fight corruption. Corruption will be fought starting from where we are, like from your side, and say, let me tell you a small story. My sister, Dr. Anita Alenyo, and my brother, Walter Alenyo, they went to Shimon. Shimon. My late father was working at the Ministry of Information, which was very close to Shimon. One time, I was parked at the gate, waiting for Mzee. I saw a kid walking into Shimoni to the gate, and the kid was late. It was late. It was around 10. I assumed that they enter class maybe by 8. I was in my car and I see a kid in uniform coming.
At 10.
Yeah, around 10. So I got interested. I looked at this. I said, was this kid sick? Why was it so late? Not knowing that I was going to be taught something in the lesson of corruption. This kid reached, stopped outside the gate, a young kid. I saw it hold its bag. A very young kid shuffled through its bag, and I think it took out some money because I was in the car. I could see it from far. And I see it holding its hand and standing at the gate with his hand held here like this. And the askari came and looked around. And the kid put his hand up. And the askari got the man and opened. And the kid ran in. I was so outraged. A kid of that age, P3, P4.
This is Shimon demonstration school.
Shimon demonstration. Could
Just
find its way.
Formerly below UBC.
Yes, could find its way by giving.
The one receiving the bribe is older than the kid.
Yes,
who's supposed to be advising him and nurturing him.
Yes.
But also you find that kid, that money, he was given to it by his parent.
The next second thing was the gate at Mulago. I was being driven by someone. I kept his name. When we reached the gate, it was late. So I was preparing myself to talk to the askari and say, please, allow us to go and visit our patient. Do you know what happened? Before I knew it, the guy who was driving, I heard a sound. It was a newspaper tearing. So, before I knew it, I saw him giving something to the askari.
Through in a newspaper?
No. I had something tearing, but he was driving. I was behind. He was in front. I had something tearing. Then he gave something to the askari. I saw the askari receiving something. And then the askari opened the gate. It was so fast. Then I asked him that, what was that? You gave the askari money to. Why didn't you allow me to explain to him that we are late or something? He told me, no, I never gave him money. I tore the corner of a newspaper and I gave him a newspaper.
And you thought it was money?
But because they don't check, they just put in and they open. He will know later that I gave him a newspaper. I was very offended. I was very offended. He's a driver. I know him. I was very offended. Then when I went home, I said, why am I annoyed? I was annoyed because he had lied to the man that the man had got money. But again, I was saying, maybe it served him right. Because he never checked. The man just stole a corner of his
because he fears to check, they will see him.
Yes.
Because he knows the money is illegal.
Yes. So when the man gave
both
him,
of them,
he just fixed it and opened the gate. But I was annoyed that this man had lied by giving a paper to a person who at night will check, maybe he's with his wife, thinking that he's going to buy something from the proceeds of corruption, but will find a paper. Brother, we need to build onto that story next time on issues of corruption. But I believe corruption must be fought in a better way. Because institutional fighting of corruption, people fight corruption and bad practice using society. The moment the whole society gets involved, in Sweden, they wanted to fight prostitution. They wanted to fight men who were buying prostitutes. And as long as they would slander the girls who were prostitutes, people were still buying prostitutes. Big people would still buy. Till they started exposing the Jones, as they call them. They started now exposing people who are buying prostitutes, not exposing the prostitutes. Initially, they were exposing the prostitutes for people to laugh at the girls. But when they started
exposing
saying,
the buyers,
oh, Honorable Marshall buys, oh, Honorable Rumba buys, oh, Honorable Alex buys, the honorables could now run. So when they attacked prostitution from the point of the beneficiary, and now people started getting out of that. So I believe that, like the way that country fought prostitution, we can also look at fighting corruption from a bigger angle, where now it can be an embarrassing subject for members of society. If the recoveries are being done, if the people get embarrassed, if the laws are very clear and they don't witch hunt people, if people get rewarded for being clean, you understand, then I think society will once in a while start saying, well, it's a taboo. We involve the religious leaders, we involve castes, we involve cultural leaders, we involve this. And then people will start saying, we have to follow people to what they are believing. A Haji, a Muslim Haji who believes that a corruption is an Islamic will not do it during the fasting period. A person who believes in culture like the gods of those African gods, if he believes it is a curse to his lineage, he will avoid it. So
Yeah.
I think it needs a bigger study.
Thank you. And on that note, thank you so
sir.
much.
It's been a long talk. Thank
Yes,
you.
sure. Honorable Marshall Alenyo, the MP-elect for Jonam County in Pakwach District. It's always a good pleasure.
Thank you,
meeting
sir.
comrade.
I hope to come back after 6 months and we talk about parliamentary things when I'm now inside.
Sure. You'll be now a deputy speaker
of Parliament.
By the time we come back for the second.
By the grace.
Andrew
By the grace of
Irumba Live.
God.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.